Hey, it's Kim, and this is Bananas. In 2004, Gwen Stefani released her first solo album, Love.angel.music.baby, which spawned multiple hits including What You Waitin' For, Rich Girl, Cool, and Luxurious, but nothing stood close to the phenomenon that was Hollaback Girl. The song was officially released as a single in March of 2005, and it's the third single off of Gwen's album. The song went to #1 in multiple countries and was certified 5 times platinum in the United States. It also came in at #2 on Billboard's Hot 100 year-end chart, only behind Mariah Carey's We Belong Together. And if you're going to lose to any song, We Belong Together, Mariah Carey, not the worst one to lose to. It was the first single ever to sell more digital downloads than physical copies, and it also was the first digital download to sell more than 1 million copies. All of that success might seem a little bit strange, especially when you consider what Hollaback Girl is. It's a song that's supposed to be inspired by 1980s hip-hop and dance, but in reality, it is a 3-minute and 19-second cheerleading song. I have a special love for Gwen Stefani. The album actually came out when I was 14, and as a teen, I really struggled with finding my place. I didn't really belong in any subgroups, I didn't really feel like I had a style, and I really didn't know who I wanted to be. Gwen was a really powerful example in my life. She was a woman who could literally do whatever the heck she wanted in as many different styles as she felt like it, and she could make it all work. It was her authenticity and her fearlessness mixed with her raw talent and fun that made her a powerful force in rock, pop, dance, and hip-hop. And honestly, I think some of that authenticity is why Hollaback Girl was so huge. Hollaback Girl was created as a clapback to one of Gwen Stefani's haters. And this hater happened to be none other than Courtney Love. Courtney Love was quoted as saying, "Being famous is just like being in high school, but I'm not interested in being the cheerleader. I'm not interested in being Gwen Stefani. She's the cheerleader and I'm out in the smoker shed." Now, this comment seemed to hurt Gwen. From my perspective, I wonder if it's because Gwen probably never considered herself to be the cheerleader type. She really struggled with her weight in her teens, and she was a backup singer originally for a garage band. It's not really the image you get in your head when you think of the popular girl at school who's a cheerleader. But Gwen's garage band was far more than that. No Doubt was an incredibly successful band, and Courtney Love saying these things about Gwen was very invalidating to the success that Gwen had had and the hard work that she had done. In March of 2005, Gwen Stefani said, "Someone one time called me a cheerleader negatively, and I've never been a cheerleader, so I was like, okay, F you. You want me to be a cheerleader? Well, I will be one then, and I'll rule the world. Just you watch me." So Pharrell Williams took inspiration from something that he had heard Naomi Campbell say, that she had been clapping back at someone and said, "I ain't no Hollaback girl," back at them. And then when they introduced the idea of cheerleading into the song, it all just fit too well. In cheerleading, the head cheerleader always hollers a command, and then the rest of the squad hollers back in response. So when we look at the lyrics, few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that, 'cause I ain't no Hollaback girl. Gwen is saying she's in control. She's been in this industry long enough and she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. She's not going to call out Courtney by name because, quite bluntly, it's beneath her, but she absolutely will take her down. In the same article where Gwen referred to being called a cheerleader, she also said this: "I was in a band with all guys since I was 16 years old. I've been in an effing rock band touring the effing world for 18 years. So if you're going to try to erase that, then I'm going to stick my finger right up in your face. Because you know what? I did it. And you try to be a girl and do that in 1987. And the lyrics of the song allude to this as well. "I heard that you were talking, and you didn't think that I would hear it. People hear you talking like that, getting everybody fired up. So I'm ready to attack, gonna lead the pack, gonna get a touchdown, gonna take you out. Both of us want to be the winner, but there can only be one. So I'm gonna fight, gonna give it my all, gonna make you fall, gonna sock it to you. That's right, I'm the last one standing, and another one bites the dust." Honestly, I think one of the funniest things about the subtext of this song is that Gwen had already destroyed Courtney with her success. Courtney Love's band Hole had been around about the same time as No Doubt, and they had released 4 studio albums throughout their career, and to date, the most I can find is that they've sold between 3 to 4 million copies of their albums. It's difficult to be able to tell. No Doubt sales numbers are complicated. There's a lot of albums, a lot of singles, and it's hard to get an exact number of how many records they've sold throughout their career, especially when you bring in the age of digital music. I've seen estimates anywhere from 21 million records to 33 million records. Either way, No Doubt was much more successful than Hole ever was, and No Doubt's album Tragic Kingdom eclipsed Courtney Love's entire career. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not hate at Courtney Love, and I understand that sales are not everything in the music industry, but I can't help but feel that some of these comments that Courtney made may have been made out of jealousy. So in 2004 and 2005, both Courtney and Gwen were taking a break from the bands that they were a part of and decided to do a solo venture on their own. Courtney Love's first solo album, America's Sweetheart, that was released in 2005, went on to debut at 53 on the Billboard 200 and sold 33,000 copies in the first week. This is really not a good opening week, especially already for an established artist. Whereas Gwen's album, love.angel.music.baby, debuted at number 7 on the Billboard 200, selling 309,000 copies in its first week. Ouch. Gwen also went on to do a lot of iconic performances of Hollaback Girl. I mean, the Teen Choice Awards opened in 2005 with a performance of the song, but in the form of a parade. The success of Hollaback Girl earned Gwen 2 Grammy nominations, one for Best Pop Performance and one for the coveted Record of the Year. When you consider including the nominations from Hollaback Girl as well as love.angel.music.baby, Gwen was nominated for 6 Grammys between 2005 and 2006. And honestly, if we got into everything that Hollaback Girl won, we would be here all day. But all through that time, the public didn't know the backstory of the song. Gwen had only ever mentioned that she had been called a cheerleader in an article after the single was released, but to the best of my knowledge, she's never called her out by name. The whole point of the song is exactly what Gwen said it was. It's a massive middle finger to the hater without giving them exactly what they want: attention. Gwen chose to take the high road in an odd way in this situation, and she was rewarded with incredible success. The album love.angel.music.baby not only catapulted Gwen Stefani's music career, but it also gave her exposure for her new fashion line, l.a.m.b, or l.a.m.b. The line made its debut in 2004 and was a success at the New York Fashion Week in 2005. Side note, Naomi Campbell actually walked the runway in l.a.m.b a few months after the line was released, which is a bit of a full circle moment. l.a.m.b's success paved the way for Gwen to release other lines, things like Harajuku Lovers, GX, even now her new makeup line, Give. l.a.m.b and Harajuku Lovers generated millions of dollars, and it really branched into many different areas of fashion, everything from apparel to accessories to shoes, fragrances, you name it, they had it. l.a.m.b bags were actually a staple. In the mid-2000s, it was like the hot girl thing to have. Both Paris Hilton and Lindsay Lohan were spotted with l.a.m.b bags. It was a thing. So Gwen Stefani fans and high fashion were absolutely obsessed. And maybe some fans still are. But my point is, the lines gathered a lot of praise and success, and it showed that Gwen Stefani was a chameleon, not only in music, but also in fashion. Again, she could do whatever the heck she wanted to do. She did it well, and she made it work. Vice President of IMG Fashion, Fern Malice, was quoted in 2007 saying, "As more and more celebrities enter the fashion industry, we see a great synergy and energy. The l.a.m.b line is clearly at the top of these lines and is as unique and individual as Gwen herself." I think Hollaback Girl can teach us all something. You can stick up for yourself without being a jerk. You can address your haters without giving them the attention they so desperately crave. And in time, the truth comes out, and being true to yourself is the best weapon you can ever wield. It also taught an entire generation how to spell bananas. Hi, Lacey. Were you napping? I have something for you, my little cheerleader. Banana. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Good girl. You're so smart.